Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite series on the internet, Guess the ELO. In this series, I take my subscriber games live on stream, I analyze them, and I predict what their chess.com rating is. But in this episode, I'm going to attempt to do something that I don't think has ever been done before. This Guess the ELO episode will not be recorded live. This Guess the ELO episode will not have 5 games, but rather 3, and we will go into much greater detail and potentially make even some educational content. But all of that aside, none of that matters. The most important thing about this video is I am playing Guess the ELO against an AI. I'm playing Guess the ELO against ChatGPT 4 because apparently ChatGPT 4 can be given chess moves, analyze them, write explanations about them, and potentially, we don't know yet, estimate the playing strength of the players. This is crazy. This is really innovative stuff, and I might be looking at the thing that's going to put me out of a job, but guess what? ChatGPT can't scream the rook, and ChatGPT does not have a receding hairline, an iconic receding hairline, I may add. So let's jump into today's Guess the ELO versus ChatGPT 4. Also, a quick shout out from our sponsor for this video, which is me. I'm the sponsor of today's video. All my courses on Chessly are 40% off the entire holiday season. So go take advantage of that if you'd like. Also, we have gifting now available on Chessly, so you can gift yourself a course, or if you know somebody who wants a course for the holiday season, you could give it for them. My friends, let's jump into it. This is Guess the ELO versus ChatGPT 4, and this is game number 1. Now, just so you know what it looks like, by the way, not to spoil anything, but this is basically what it looks like. It says, can you analyze a chess game and estimate the ELO of 2 chess players on chess.com Rapid? And it says, I can analyze a chess game and provide an estimate. However, it's important to note that my analysis and ELO estimate will be based on the specific game you provide, blah, 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 blah. So it's giving me like a politically, it's giving me a political answer. But here we go. We're going to analyze like a couple of games, couple of positional games, couple of solid games, and then one completely insane game after, which was a King's Gambit. And that was weird. I don't know what that lag was, but it was a King's Gambit, like Vienna thing. So we're going to see how good ChatGPT can analyze positional chess and how good ChatGPT can analyze, insane tactical chess as well. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it does. Okay. Without further ado, E4. This first game, black... Wait a minute. These two don't even have names. White is Random Noob, and black is Gotham Sub. That's weird. I don't know why they were nameless. Okay. We have a Caro-Kann defense. Advance. Black plays bishop f5. I personally prefer c5, just undermining the center. This is the most popular move at all the highest levels. We're going to see first where we leave the opening. And actually, my friends, we leave the opening on move 4, not because of this move, but because of this move. That's a bad decision. You want to take that bishop and then play e6, and the game is actually quite easy for black because you get rid of your bad bishop. Because if you look at the pawn structure, this is normally the pawn structure after a French defense. This is normally the pawn structure after a French defense, and you have a bad bishop. But the way that white is playing it in this position, you don't have the bad bishop anymore, which is why black will get a very easy game. Put the knight on f5, not in 1 move, but in 2 moves. But in this game, actually, black damages their own pawn structure, which is just not good. And white now has an advantage, and then black attacks the center with another pawn, and now white's advantage is +1. So I'm definitely getting like already maybe 1,000, 1,100 vibes. This is maybe even 900 vibes, just because the opening is already a bit of a disaster. You shouldn't be throwing so many pawns forward without getting any development, especially if you're breaking apart your structure. But, white is developing, and we'll see. Okay, see now even, queen d4 is good. I think queen d4 is much more human, but white plays knight d4, which is actually the best move. Knight e7. Now, if I'm playing white here, I'm just castling. But bishop g5 is also the top computer move, so now white has an overwhelming lead in development. White is also threatening to take the knight, take the pawn, take that pawn. The only way that this could get out of hand is if black gets counterplay, and you see where that counterplay is coming. The +3 here is if you play knight f5. Danger levels. I can't take, but if this knight d6 is crushing, forcing the king out, and now a fork, that's kind of tough to see, knight f5. Instead, we get this, And now we get total chaos because white completely misses this and goes here, and now it's craziness. Now it's pandemonium. It's basically a lot of one-move calculation. The best move here for white is to be patient, because you cannot take this. If you're playing with white in this position, you gotta just be patient for a move. Just for a move. Because these pawns are really hard to protect, and now you can just smash into the position with e6. And actually, this knight is not touchable because of rook e1. So if ever your opponent's king is stuck in the center of the board and is multiple moves away from castling, you want to make sure there are always rook skewer opportunities. This is less reliable because now white is under attack. White finds queen e2, but now there's a queen trade. Oh, whoa, backwards knight move. You know, just a good rule of thumb for beginners intermediate, like 8 times out of 10, the best move is not going backwards. 8 times out of 10, the best move is not going backwards. Now black finds knight a6, which is good, which is giving me, you know, it's giving me, the floor is 900, okay? Bishop c5, castles, very good play. Bishop d6, okay. Rook e8 attacking the knight, very good. Bishop e5, very solid. Well, except that, actually. I mean, well, actually, it's kind of hard to protect because of g6, knight f6. So this is like you stopping one problem and creating another one. So white is a pawn up. Now white is 2 pawns up because of knight. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, yeah, now white is just cleanly up 2 pawns in the endgame. Now we got to get the rook down here. That's what we got. We got to start simplifying a little bit. Good. I would trade. I would now create a getaway for my king and immediately activate my second rook. I don't like the one move nature. Yeah, you see, white is wasting time. I don't like that. Okay. The estimate is getting lower and lower because white is just not moving the rook. That, like, where's white going? And white is just allowing a fork. Now there's a fork, which black spots and that's it. Black is not even worse anymore. Is white ever gonna move the rook? Oh my god, this is terrible endgame play. Okay, that's not a good move. See, again, high-level players know you want to park the knight and apply pressure. You don't always need to give a check just because it's there, because now what do? Now you're gonna keep moving around, right? Rook a2, oh. All right, well, that ended pretty unceremoniously. That was weird. That was a very, like, up and down game. It was a Caro-Kann. It was a very weird e6. I don't know why we didn't take and play e6. Then black got basically a losing position, completely lost position from the opening. Tough to spot, but if white had castled, before doing any damage here, it would have been game over. Like, because if you castle, black finding a move here is almost impossible. You know, black would probably play knight c6, lose this pawn, then go here, and then lose the queen. Like very likely continuation to the game. But then, you know, then it sort of fizzled out. Black played good defense, and then for some reason, black lost 2 pawns. Like, that was totally unnecessary. And then this was very well done, but for some reason, white just literally made like 9 knight moves. And that just gives me the sense of like 1100 has to be the ceiling, because they just moved the knight around a bunch, and then they had no sense of danger at all. Just no sense. Maybe it was low time, but I don't know. So I'm getting like, my ceiling here is 1199. It's got to be 1199. Let's see what ChatGPT says first. I'm saying 1199. I guess we can see what chess.com says, as well. But that's what I'm saying. I think if I had to guess, I would say 1100. Maybe like 1080. 1080 to 1120, low 1100. Low 1100 is my final answer. Let's see what ChatGPT says. So ChatGPT says, the opening, the game starts with the Caro-Kann. White's bishop takes f5 indicates a willingness to double the opponent's pawns. Correct. Sequence that shows good tactical awareness from both players. What? Hold up. Taking on e2 is a sequence. This sequence shows good tactical awareness by... I don't know about that. Endgame features multiple pawn structure changes and maneuvering. Both players demonstrate an understanding of endgame principles. Nope. Winning tactic starts with rook. The winning tactic starts when white blunders checkmate. Okay. There's no major blunders except checkmate in 1. And guess, it says 1,400 to 1,600. This is a rough estimate based on, no way. There is no chance. There's no chance they're 1,400. They've got to be like 1,100 or 1,000. High 900. Okay, high 900. Yeah, I was giving them a little bit of credit, but yeah, I said 900 is the floor. Okay, I gave them a little bit too much credit. That's what I thought. They are 962 versus 968. Yeah, ChatGPT, you are on some sort of 1,400. I mean, my God, it was good a little bit. You know, it definitely let me help it out. Incorrect. The rapid ratings of the players, oops, I cannot type, were 962 and 968 respectively. Let's see what it says. Thank you for the update. Chess ratings, especially in rapid formats, can sometimes be deceptive, and a single game might not fully represent the typical performance of the player. Yeah, shut up. Stop explaining it to me. I'm explaining it to you. You are a chat thing that operates on input. All right? This difference illustrates how complex and nuanced chess skill assessment. Somebody's got to hire ChatGPT 4 to be a writer for, like, the president. You know, like when they got to do those speeches. Anyway, let's look at game number 2. What does Game Review think? I think my game review is going to run a little bit longer, so, you know, for now, I will take you back to this overlay, and, let's see what happens. Game number 2. We will let that one think for a little bit. Gotham sub is with the white pieces in this game. Okay, we have already, we have knight after, I mean, already I want to say like 1,400, but let's see what happens. Okay, in English, Queen's Gambit. All right, so we just have like a full-on Queen's Gambit decline traditional variation. This is the semi-Slav when black plays the triangle defense. And what is going on here? The computer thinks nothing. It's not giving me an estimated ELO for some reason. Okay, chess.com is bugging out. I don't know what's happening. Great, no problem. Bishop G5, Bishop E7. Queen C1 is I don't know what that is. Was that a mouse slip? Were they trying to go here? Because that's a very common move. Queen C2 supports E. Okay, we're about to find out if it was a mouse slip. Whoa. No. I mean, you want to finish your development. You don't, there's no reinventing the wheel here. Oh my goodness, we're opening up the position. Okay. Couple of things right off the bat. If you trade your dark squared bishop, you want to replace pawns on dark squares. Also, if you trade the dark squared bishop, or if you trade bishops, you don't want to open the position for the opponent. The opponent is the one that wants the bishops to open up the board. And not to mention, there's just a flaw here tactically, because there's just pawn takes, knight takes, and bishop takes pawn. I mean, it just hangs a pawn in one move. So every time that there's a trade happening, you got to think what's opening up and what's closing. But black plays rook e8, which is not a good move. Now we have e5, good. Okay, that's not a move that does much of anything. And here comes the queen. So maybe white was a genius all along, and I'm an idiot, and I need to really, you know, focus on my chess. Oh, wow, that rook f8, f6, that is a really sophisticated idea. That's not me being sarcastic. This is really clever by black. To reposition and create a pawn break that would, that's 4-digit type of stuff. That is actually not bad at all, wow. And now white is like, I don't want to take and get attacked, so white slides back. I gotta respect this type of play. This is either the luckiest 800 of all time, or this is actually intermediate stuff. Pawn takes. Now, I would take with the pawn. I would take with the pawn because it restricts black's pieces. It also opens up the d file with pressure, and it also opens up the d4 square for my knight. So white took with the knight. Which is, you know, white is not 2,000, but in this case, yeah, like, the side with more space, and right now that is white. White definitely has a little bit more space than black. The side with more space wants to avoid piece trades, and you want to trade in a way that is restricting. Knight takes is not restricting. This knight is better than this knight, and so you wanna restrict those pieces, and now you want to take with the pawn still, so we take with the queen. Okay, very good. Now black is just better. Black is better because the queen on her own is not actually attacking anybody. That's the thing about the queen. She's really powerful against a weakened position, or she needs backup. She can act solo against the weakened position, but now she's got to get out. Now she's got to protect the pawn. Good. But now black can take and attack that. The best move is c5. I don't think black is going to do that. All right. This kind of hesitancy with the rook, bringing me back to maybe 11, 1200. Yeah, now f4 is a very logical move. The computer hates it because of c5, but no chance black plays that. b3. And now again, black is crushing if they strike at that. I don't know if they... Oh, clutch move by white. Very clutch. Well spotted. Very well spotted. And in a shocking turn of events, this pawn is actually pinned. So black was better if black played c5, because after takes, there was this powerful move d4, which wins material. But the way black does it, actually black is stuck. And now black doesn't have any advantage, because black's totally stuck here. All these pawns are bad. White can even play knight e4, knight c5 and take advantage. I don't know why that's such a bad move according to the computer. I guess you just want the pawn, rook c8. Bishop, okay, that's logical. Now I think black is going to go queen d6. I'm a genius. f5, that move kind of makes sense, but I don't really know what the idea is after pawn takes, because now you lose the pawn on d4. Yup, well spotted. Can't take the knight, though. Rook c7, all right. Yeah, now white is getting a lot of pieces into the attack. Ooh! Ooh! Rook takes bishop. And if takes, there's a queen sacrifice. Oh! And if take, this is mate. So actually, rook f8 is mate. So take, rook f7 is forced. Wait, black resigned. Wait, what is black doing? Why would black resign here? Black has two legal moves. One is mate and the other isn't. Oh, that's crazy. That's a lot of information. Wow. That is a lot of information. I mean, that is insane. That is a life lesson right there. I mean, that is, oh my. Oh my. Folks, you can't resign if you have two legal moves. I mean, if one of them is mate and one and the other's not, you got to play the one that's not. But I guess black was tilted. Incredible tactical spot by white. Wow. Okay. I'm getting the sense this is like a 1400 level game, because I think there was way too much control exhibited. Knight takes is a, you know, I'm going to say like 1350. That's what I'm going to say. Because I think the opening was definitely weird, and there was one big mistake. e4 was a big mistake. But since then, white showed a lot of restraint, a lot of control, and then some good decision making here. And then, I mean, to spot that, but how much credit do I... Maybe it's more than 1350, because I feel like rook d4, queen e6 is a crazy spot. I mean, that is beautiful. And then resigning rather than playing rook f7, though. Oh man, that is tough. I might say like I'm gonna say 1500 rapid. You know, I'm gonna say 1600 final answer. Now, what does ChatGPT think? First, I'm going to put the game into ChatGPT. That is the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to put this game into ChatGPT. I'm going to say, I'm going to go to the overlay in a second. Please analyze this game. Please analyze this game and estimate the ELO of the players. Okay, and now we are going to, let's see, I'm saying 1600. Let's see. Based on the game, begins with a solid classical opening, showing familiarity with opening theory. Sequence from take shows a mix of strategic ideas and tactical awareness. Exchange leading to bishop e6 demonstrates the ability to capitalize on tactical opportunities, convert advantage. Oh, I said 1500. I said 1500. I said 1600. Sorry, 50. Oh my God. Me and ChatGPT are aligned. I said 1600 final answer. It thinks 1500 to 1700 because of the representative level of the play. Both players exhibit good understanding of opening principles, middle games, and strategy. Endgame transition conclusion show a higher level of tactical awareness. Yes. Few subtle inaccuracies. Yes, just like taking. Oh my God, that is nuts. What? $926? 926? This was a rapid game? Oh, I guess white spent... Oh my God, I gotta put this through a game review. That is... That is insane if that's actually 900. Yo, 900. But me and ChatGPT both thought 1600. That is crazy, and it was accurate. And let's see what chess.com thinks. The game review is gonna take a second, but that is crazy. I feel like I think game review is gonna agree with us. I mean, what a tactic toward the end there. Oh, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. It's gonna take a second. It's gonna take a second, and it's survey says, oh, this gotta be broken. Are you kidding me? They sacrifice a rook and get a brilliant. No, it's gotta be broken. There's no way. There's no way. That is nuts. White had they sacrificed a rook and a queen. That's, I don't agree. I like that me and ChatGPT thought the same thing though. We both thought 1500. Wow. All right, let's load the next game into ChatGPT. Please analyze the chess.com rapid ELO of these two players based on these moves. And then I'm gonna show you the game right now. All right, the last game that we have is Chaos. This was a game submitted, and it was a Vienna. It was e4, e5. It was bishop c5, which is a system. That's definitely a system. And now white plays f4, which is kind of like a Vienna and like a King's Gambit-ish thing, is what this is. But we're about to find out how good these guys are. E takes. Okay. Now, white can play knight f3, stopping queen h4, which is probably what I would play, but d4 is much more aggressive, and there we go. And this is well spotted by black. So we would know right away if black was 800, if black like moved the bishop, because then white would get bishop takes pawn and just have a massive center and a huge lead in development and would be better. Queen h4, the king has to go up. It's not the end of the world, actually. Now, this I don't like. I don't like black wasting time with queen checks helping white develop. This is the entire reason people play the King's Gambit, is because it allows white to get this easy development with a lot of space, especially if black doesn't know what they're doing. And as you can tell from this opening, black does not know what they're doing, because white's king is totally safe. White is gonna go g4, bishop g2, and do what's called castling by hand. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you can slide your king behind your rook, it's okay to do that. It's called castling by hand. d6, but now white rushes this move because this is completely the wrong decision, because boom! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is really, really bad. So white had one idea, but then white totally misplayed it. White rushed it. That was not very good. Now you can't take. Oh my. Oh no, now there's this and then bishop. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, this is, God, this is, I'm getting like 1000 vibes who learn the Vienna but doesn't quite know how to defend themselves correctly. And the worst skill any chess player has is defending, but especially if you're like 1000, because this is just not good. You got to stay patient here. If anything, play rook g1 and then g4, but you also might just have to walk your king to safety. You might need to bring the queen up, bring the rook, walk the king over there. You got to be patient. And white was anything but patient, walking directly into, oh, no, you don't want to trade pieces because you're down 2 pawns. You don't want to trade the bishop and the queen, and now you're trading everything. I mean, now you're dead lost. You're just down 2 pawns. Now, if I'm playing black here, I go here, I choose a way to castle, and I defend my pawns. Perfect. If I'm playing white, that's very good. I go here, I play knight d5. Good. Now black should play pawn to g6. Now black should castle queenside. Oh my God, black is playing all the moves I would play. Yeah, now if I'm playing black, I'm just going for trades. I'm just going to trade the pieces. I don't hate that move. Maybe I stop that. Like, by the way, I love this by white. Can I just say, to create counterplay, creating a little chaos, a little bit of uncertainty near the black king. You got to launch your pawns. There's 2 ways to play a worse position. Sit and defend or attack. Now, again, if I'm playing black, I'll play a6 here. But again, don't hate this move at all. If I'm playing white, I'm going back. I don't want to trade. Not the worst, but black is going to start firing away now. Yeah, knight f6 is great. I would not take. You got to play b6. Yeah. Good move. I love what white is doing. This is all very, very smart. And apparently now, all of this indecision, white can take advantage. Nice. Perfect. Free pawn. Oh my goodness. Black is now no longer up 2 pawns. Black is only up 1 pawn. And now black's king is in danger. And this is a massive weakness. It's a massive weakness, which is why if you see your opponent trying to advance, acknowledge them sometimes and just don't let them. Just play a6. Don't let them have any fun. And black needed to be faster. Black needed to not go backwards. 8 times out of 10, the best move is not going backwards. This move is not going backwards. It is developing, and black hesitated, played too passively, and now was just losing. And now this is mate. Okay, that's also probably very good. Oh, well, now what you do is you don't even take the rook. You take the pawn, go back, then take the rook, and then advance the pawn. Perfect. Perfect. Just take the rook now, or oh my god, that's just mate. I mean, I would have taken the rook because now there's rook d7, mate in 1. Okay, weird moment. For black to not even spot that checkmate, I'm not even sure black is 1,000. Like, I'm getting 900 vibes. Because, like, I saw the whole game, but you gotta stop mate in 1. I mean, of course you made some mistakes. Now, there's a little bit of information in this game, right? In the opening. Queen g4 is a huge amount of information. Huge. Because you're just giving a check with a piece that you just moved. Tunnel vision. I just moved my queen. I can move. No, we gotta go back. We don't need to do that, right? And then right here by white, definitely tunnel vision. Simply, like, that is the piece that was literally just opened up. So you gotta be careful. And then immediate reaction, like trading pieces is craziness. But then this a4 move, this is giving me like, this is the only reason I would guess about 1,000. You know, 1,000 to 1,100. Like I would say 1080 because white went on a4. I feel like if white was low rated, white would not have played a4. Black played more like a 900 than white for sure. But I would say like 1070 would be my guess. And then not spotting the mate at the end is tough. But let's see what ChatGPT thinks. I ran the moves already. It says the opening was the Vienna. King e2 is highly unusual, typically not recommended. It's aggressive by black, aims to exploit weaknesses. Middle game featured a couple of tactical exchanges. Both players seem to recognize there are also signs of strategic vulnerabilities. Okay. Endgame shows a clear advantage for white. Effective use of the rook and the knight. Exactly. Completely correct. Move rook a7 demonstrates good understanding of mating patterns. Higher level of tactical awareness compared to earlier phases of the game in the endgame. Okay. Players are familiar with basic principles and tactics, but may lack consistency or understanding. Okay. Estimated ELO of 1,000. Wow. Wow. I said about 1080. 1080. And survey said? What? 1660 and 1760. What? Nah. Come on, guys. What? Guys, what? How did... What? No. No. Oh, God, no. No, guys. At least me and ChatGPT were aligned. 2 times, by the way. I said the same thing. Wow, this is interesting. Me and ChatGPT being aligned twice. And what does this think? Get out of here. This is just, that was interesting. And I think as ChatGPT gets better, it's going to probably be able to summarize things a little bit more. But that's fascinating. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a little bit more chill than normal, but it was interesting to compare my guesses to ChatGPT. We were aligned the last 2 guesses. I said 1600 and 1070, 1080. Oh my God, I gotta get that last game out. I'm gonna go for a walk. Get out of here. Actually, don't get out of here. Take advantage of the holiday sale on Chessly. Then get out of here.